Now, as we move on to another round called Whose Side Are You On? Now, Britain has to take sides in all manner of disputes around the world, but there's a particularly long-standing one between science and superstition. So, Graeme and Gordon, whose side are you on between science and superstition?
Well, the Blue Party obviously supports science because they will have the best weapons, clearly.
Yes.
I mean, what could the superstitious put up against us? They could bombard us with black cats and long ladders.
Gordon, are you with your leader on this one?
Absolutely. I just don't believe in all this horoscope mumbo-jumbo. But then, of course, that's me, typical Capricorn. No.
OK, let's just go over the other side. Are you supporting science or superstition?
After many years of manpower, expensive manpower, and money, scientists gave us 2 identical sheep. Now, I'm sorry. Those sheep are in a field, and I'm saying, well, which 2 are identical? Those 2 or those 2? I mean, what possible use could that be?
But what has superstition ever done? I mean, Mystic Meg's been on the lottery show. Why didn't she ever win it, then?
That's where you're so wrong. I'm getting a lot of negative energy reflecting off your head there.
Clearly, we need to take a holistic approach to this. Now, Graeme mentions weaponry. The superstitious community does have weaponry. It has anti-personnel ley lines. And I don't know if you've ever had acupuncture, but it bloody hurts. Some anaesthetic. But let me say that this conflict could have been averted. It was predicted. It was actually predicted by an Egyptian reflexologist in the 3rd century who said that in the future there will be wars and bad weather sometimes. And I think that clearly...
Yes. Are you convinced by this at all?
No, you see, Pauline mentions the cloning of sheep. 2 sheep now, but in the future, millions of sheep. Eventually, all sheep will be produced in the laboratory. And now, this may be bad news to the Welsh hill farmers who'll have to seek their entertainment elsewhere, but science is doing wonderful things. Science will win in this conflict. They will win. Touch wood.
Could you, for instance, show me electricity? What shape is it? What colour is it? You see, you can't answer. Everybody knows. This is typical hijacking of science by superstition. Everybody knows that the power comes from the sun god Guama. And he is angered by the sounds of clicking light switches, and he shuts the power off. That's what happens.
You see, can I just say that under certain circumstances...
Yes.
I could certainly show you about electricity.
Well, This is typical.
That is the least convincing attempt to chat up an opponent I've ever seen on this
I'm glad you think so, Clive.
Yes. You say things like, well, you can't predict the future. How do you know?
Oh, really? I'm sorry, there is no room in British politics for elves and goblins. Now, obviously, this is bad news for Robin Cook, but...
All right, well,
Clive, what star sign are you?
I'm Sagittarius.
I knew that.
Yes.
I knew that.
Yes.
Anyway, let's go to a vote now. Blue for blue, red for red, and vote now. Oh, and there we go. And it's 58 points to the Blue Party, 42 to red. Well, anyway, let's go on to a round called I Couldn't Disagree More. It's important for any politician to be able to disagree with what his or her opponents say, however reasonable or sensible those policies apparently seem. So this is going to be for Jeremy, and he's got to see if he can make a logical case against anything said now by Graeme and Gordon.
Smoking is bad for you.
Well, clearly it's not bad for us. We've just whacked 20p on a packet of fag. You also say...
All right, that's sort of reasonably convincing.
Soap operas are fiction, not reality.
I've seen these things with my own eyes. They're on the television. Clearly they're real. They're on the television. I've been to Coronation Street, let me tell you, and I've met those simple but good people, and I've seen the conditions in which they live. Some of those letterboxes don't even work, you know.
Any more?
So we feel that the flow of illegal drugs being smuggled into this country should be stopped.
No, I couldn't disagree more. Hunting cocaine with dogs is cruel. Sniffer dogs become increasingly wired, they get irritable, and their noses run. I would vote against this if I wasn't so busy.
Any more policies?
You're completely trustworthy.
No, I couldn't disagree more.
That's what I thought.
I was bent as a 9-bob note. I'm utterly corrupt, and I invite the country to come with me on that journey.
All right,
Absolute, venal, morbid corruption. Into the temple, changing money, robbing pensioners.
Yeah.
Because we need to get this country back to work.
All right, yes, any more?
Yes, we believe that Jonathan Aitken is in a spot of bother.
No, he'll bluff his way out of it. He'll probably blame his daughter. I mean, you know, she's only 17. What's she got to live for, anyway?
Yes.
Never nail your penis to a plank.
Well, Jordan, never is a very long time. Have you seen me naked, Clive?
I think that's a cry for help as we move on to our last round, which is called desperate vote grabbing. And this is an opportunity for anybody to come up with a desperate last-minute policy in the hope of swinging a vote out of a gullible audience. And if you'd like to buzz or ring when you've come up with a policy, we'll see how it goes. Okay, it's buzz.
Yes, rail companies should be made to stop referring to passengers as customers and to use the more accurate term victims.
Yep.
I would like to ban the export of live yogurt.
It is cruel for them as little pots, isn't it? Yes, Graeme.
Yes, NHS patients will be allocated a well-by date.
Very good. And to Jeremy?
Well, clearly at the moment, good manners cost nothing, but there are people who can afford to pay. They should have to pay. Rich people shouldn't get manners for free.
Yeah.
We're going to provide legislation that will be a shot in the arm for heroin addicts.
Yes.
We would propose that Andrew Lloyd Webber should leave the country, whoever wins the election.
Graeme.
Yes, we're going to charge people money to get out of museums.
Yes.
On a sporting note, from now on, I think Man United should only get 1 point for a win.
Yes.
In future, riots will have a quell-by date.
Yes. Well, we keep this up all night, I suspect you can as well. Any more? Any more policies?
Empty council properties will have a dwell-by date.
Charles Dickens will have a little Nell-by date.
Don't think so.
Clearly, it's anomalous that the best things in life are free, and yet the worst things, like going to the dentist, are very, very expensive.
So you're going to charge for the...
No, we'll keep everything as the same. I was just making an observation.
All right. Very good observation. Oh, that's the division bell, and that's it. And it's time now for the final vote of the evening. As in the real world of politics, you have to now remember all the issues, the arguments, the policies, the personalities of the leading players, and then disregard all that as you vote in your own naked self-interest. But vote either red party or blue party, and vote now. This is the big one. And the blue party is straight on 57 points to 43. Well, I have to come to you for a reaction. You must be shocked.
Well, it's obviously very easy to win an election by getting people to vote for you.
Yes.
How much more difficult it'll be to seize control over the country and pronounce myself king.
Yeah. Graeme and Gordon, do you think this is a winning combination? You're a team?
Clearly a winning team, and I think it goes to show once again that the people of this country are to be listened to, they're to be trusted, and they're completely mad.
OK, that's it now from If I Ruled the World. See you next week. Good night.
That's not the end of the comedy tonight. Oh no, there's Bill Bailey at 11:15, followed by Lee and Herring and Comedy Nation, all here on BBC Two.